things to start off with. I haven't filmed for 2 weeks. I went back to work last week. I'm a teacher and I go back a bit earlier because I'm a college teacher, so we enrol new students and all that shebang. So I didn't film last weekend because I had a really busy weekend. So I haven't filmed for a while, a bit rusty. And also everyone is at home and I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, but I have a lot to say. At the start of this video, you would have seen me unboxing, I guess is the word, my Hobonichi cousin avec, the cover and the planner. And that is what this video is about today. I've had this for a couple of weeks now and I just want to talk about how I'm finding it and kind of give you a very quick flip through because I think this video will be really long, because I think I also would have included some clips of me backdating. So this is my, or like I've said, my Hobonichi cousin avec. I have got this like purpley cover. I have already marked it, which is really annoying, but I guess that's the point of the cover. And also, like, I'm an art teacher, like this will get more wrecked, I think. I don't really mind that. I quite like my things being worn in and well loved. But yes, some things off the bat. The paper quality is really nice. It is as good as everybody said. I will say I actually prefer the paper quality in this Tiger notebook. It's a lot smoother to write in. But I do like the thinness of the paper in the Hobonichi books. I am going to do just a flip through first and kind of talk about my thoughts and feelings about the book. I haven't utilised this spread at all, mainly because I started like mid-July. Was it the end of July? Start of August? No, start of August I came into this book. So I didn't really want to start something off within a month, but I might need to have a look at how other people use this book. I know some people kind of like track if they've written in the dailies on this spread, but I'm really not sure. I might do a word a day, I might do a summary, but I don't think I'll be flipping back here often. So I'm really not sure how I'm going to approach these spreads, but I'm leaving them blank for now. We then jump straight into the monthly spreads. I will preface everything by saying I am not a decorator. I would love to be, but when it's term time, I am really tired when I come home from work. And the last thing I'm going to want to do is sit at my desk and decorate. And I knew if I had that as part of my journaling and planning practice, it would deter me rather than encourage me. So I'm not a decorator. I do obviously like junk journal and stuff in this book. I'm not going to be sticking much in this book because I don't also want it to bulk. I wanted it to stay quite thin because I would like to fit another notebook in here eventually. I'll get to that in a bit. So I'm not a decorator, I'm afraid. You may see some washi tape and some stickers appear at some point. I'm not saying I'm never going to decorate this book, but like as a daily practice, I don't decorate as I'm journaling and planning. So apologies, it doesn't make very pretty spreads, but I feel like I'm quite a practical person. I use things in a very practical way. And I've always been like that as well. So anyway, monthly spreads. I mark all my work days with a yellow mild liner, so I don't have to write in every day that I'm at work. And I won't use this spread to put in like my exact lessons, but I do put in like events. So like our end of year exhibition was on the 11th of June. I also put in when I'm working from home. And then I've also got things like birthdays and appointments and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to colour code this because the mild liners don't like my fountain pen, which I'll show you in a second. I'm really annoyed, but I've kind of like committed to something, so I've got to carry on with it. But yeah, July was quite quiet in this spread, and then this is the August spread so far. I have got a little mark on there, which is really annoying me. I might cover that with some stickers or something in the future. And I have been enjoying using this. I still do gravitate to using my Google Calendar when like someone says to me, like, can you do this day? I think that's just because I usually have a phone on me. I don't always have this on me, but I am trying to like use it more. And then this is next month, which I've already set up a habit tracker in this one, and I've messed up and put the wrong number, and I'm really annoyed about that because it was perfect up until that point. I'll see how that goes, but I don't always come back to this page on a daily, so I'm curious to know if I'll actually use this, but it's an experiment. All of this book is an experiment, basically. You'll also see that I've got some blue dots. That is when I've got a master's seminar. So yeah, I have populated the monthlies pages up until the end of this planner. So that is, I think it goes to January, yeah. Because I know that I'm not going to change how I use the monthly. I won't be the sort of person that writes in what I did in a day. Or else I don't think I'm going to be. Then we have the weeklies. Again, I'm still using the yellow to show when I've got a work day. It's really quiet up until when I start using it. Because this is all backdating at this point. So it's pretty bare, and I'm fine with that. Again, I'm not the sort of person that's going to use this as a journaling space. I use it to plan time. I did start putting in my weekly to do because I had that in my old planner, and I just slowed fill it up a little bit, and I liked that space for a weekly to do. So this, nope, that's last week. This is this current week, so as you can see, I've been able to use it a bit more in work. We had 2 staff development days on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I could put in like our sessions, and then when lessons start, I'll be able to put in my actual lessons, which I think will be really useful, and I can also colour code that. And I've still got my weekly to do right on the side. This is what I was talking about when I said that Madliners don't like my pen. I use a Lamy fountain pen, and it seems to like just smudge, even though that was like a week old. So I was kind of disappointed about that, but it's fine. This is next week. Haven't sat down and really looked at my week for next week yet. I tend to look at this page a lot when I'm at work, and I tend to use this book a lot when I'm at work. I don't really use it as a planner. I do have a work planner, but I will populate it like while I'm sat at my desk if I've got like a spare few minutes of my lunch break or something. I have populated it a little bit up until the end of September, but I haven't put in any of the work days and stuff like that. So I've kind of left it be for now. And I'll probably touch that on a week by week basis. And then we go into the dailies. I do have the 10 in the page. Page is still blank. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there, if I'm going to put anything, but we'll see. And then we go into July. So July was entirely backdated. So to begin with, it's really, really, really blank. I do use the timeline feature. I use everything the way that Hobo needs you set out, basically, because I really struggle to visualise stuff in my own brain. So I struggle to visualise how else to use the page, which is kind of why I came to this planner, because it already had stuff quite intuitively set out for me. So yeah, this is just some of the stuff. I was using my last planner to kind of populate stuff from the day, and then I started to be able to put in some bigger entries. I hadn't at this point realised that I could just cover the entire thing, but you'll see soon that I do that. We have some lists as well. This was summer, so like life was pretty quiet. And then this is where I was starting to journal more, so I was able to backdate it better. It took me like 2 days to backdate it, and my hand, I've like lost feeling in the tip of this finger as a result. I don't know if I should be worried about that, because I finished backdating this quite a while ago now. But yeah, this is where I started to realise I could just write the full thing across it. So I did do that on some days when I wasn't utilising the timeline feature. But some days I would write in the morning. I didn't know if I was going to use that. I'm really annoyed because I didn't leave a break there. I did that somewhere else as well, and it really annoyed me, but it's fine. Lots more journaling. Again, all backdating. Then we are into August. This is when I went to Lincoln. So I had a lot to use from my journal to put into here. I came back from Lincoln, got a tattoo. Still backdated at this point, and then this was the day that Hobonichi arrived. So this is my first proper journal entry using the journal, this is my first journal entry that was like live, and from this point forward, so from the 12th of August, all of this was like done either in the evening or the next day. So this is my first day back at work, so I started using the yellow again. I do use the to-do list. This is actually probably one of my favourite things about the planner, which I know is like really minuscule, but the fact that you can kind of transfer a weekly to-do list into a daily to-do list, I do like that a lot. So still using the timeline feature, still journaling every day. I do find that I don't go on as many rants in this because I feel like I've not got a lot of space, but bear in mind, like I'm used to journaling of like 4 pages. And I haven't really, however, I haven't really felt the need to write a lot recently. Life's just been pretty normal. Back at work on, sorry, this was the staff development days, so again I used the timeline feature. I only put in like timed events. I don't really block out my own time, so if I know I have to do some tasks, I won't put them in there because I struggle with like comprehending how long a task is going to take. But yeah, this was Thursday, Friday. So this was Thursday, Friday just gone. It's now Saturday. I was really tired on Thursday, so I didn't write much at all. I think I backdated this on the Friday when I was at work, and I did this yesterday evening. I really like how this spread actually looks, even though it's kind of minimal. But yeah. And then this is today, so I need to clean the bathroom, do the laundry, and also journal. I love the fact that you can see through the paper. I don't know what it is about that. My boyfriend said it reminded him of Bible paper, and he hit the nail on the head with that one. So, yes. I don't feel particularly like I would be upset if something was messy, but because I've kind of set out using a certain pen in a certain format, I feel like I have to maintain that. And I'm fine with that because I like the pen, I like the way it looks. But when I need to like scribble down thoughts and quick things at work, I won't use this. I have other things at work that I can use. I have an actual work planner, and I'm a big post-it note user as well. So like, obviously like in an office environment, you'll usually get a task thrown at you very quickly, and you've got to do it in that moment, and that's when like a post-it note will come in. But yeah, I'm loving this book. I understand the hype completely. I wouldn't really change anything about it, I don't think. I'm trying to think if I would. I would probably... No, I wouldn't change anything about it. What is interesting is that I've used this in a way that I didn't think I would. This has turned into more of a journal. Even if I am like writing about specifically work things, like on the staff development day, I kind of did talk about work, and I had stuff that I wanted to add into my like development. What do we call that? I'm trying to think of a way to explain it in a way that people that don't work in teaching would understand. Oh, like development targets. Yeah. So we have to set targets for ourselves at the start of every year. So like I was using that as a way to kind of like think about the day and the training we'd be in, because we had a really good 2 days of training. Sometimes like we call it CPD. It can be really hit and miss. But it was a really, really effective like 2 days, and myself and everyone in the staff room felt the same. So we're having a lot of really interesting conversations, and I love that side of work. I love it when like you can sit in a room with people who are also like within your practice and your what's the word? Vocation, I guess. People who are also teachers basically, and just talk about like the things you find interesting and things you've taken from it, like your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings. I love that side of teaching. And when you have a good environment like that, it's like amazing. So my staff room's really good for that, and my department's really good for that as well. So yeah, I just enjoyed kind of talking about work here. But yeah, I thought I would use this more as like a planning space, I guess. And there is like, obviously I plan my time in it and I plan my to-do list, but I thought it would be more like okay, today I'm going to do this. I thought I would use it in the morning more, I think is what I'm trying to say, but I never used like this book on my other planner in the morning, so I don't know why I would change that habit. And it's not that like I'm disappointed in that at all. I like how I've learned to use this. I tend to take it upstairs with me, and I tend to write in bed, or if I missed it the day before, I will write it when I get into work in the morning, because I get in early. So the first thing I would do is like sit and write in my journal for the day before. So I love the routine that I built up, and I really hope I can maintain that once it gets busier, because obviously the students aren't back in yet, and it is starting to pick up a little bit now. So like on this day I was super tired that evening, so I wrote it the day before, and there was not much to say because it was just busy. It was just enrolments, and I was just ringing people all day, so there wasn't anything to say anyway. And I got home and just laid in bed. But like last night I had a bit more to say because I don't know, I just did. So yeah, I am enjoying this book. Absolutely no regrets for buying it, apart from people at work were horrified when I told them how much I'd spent. The thing I would like to do is that once I have finished this book, which I don't know if that will happen, I don't know when that's going to happen. I can't really predict how fast I'm going to fill up this book, but whenever that happens, or I would like to get a notebook to fit in the back of this cover, so I can have 2 books in it. I've been looking online to try and find one. A lot of them are quite thin. You could definitely get away with a notebook of the same size as the Cousin avec. But it's hard to kind of gauge how thick books are online, and I don't want to buy a Hobonichi one because I just seem like I'm already spending so much on the planner. I don't want to spend more on notebooks as well. So I don't want to get a Hobonichi one. So I've been looking online. A lot of them seem really thin, which is fine. I don't mind getting a thin one, but I know I'd just fill it up faster. So I might, once I've been paid, go into my local centre, my local city centre, which doesn't have loads of station shops, but there is like a Waterstones and a Ryman's and a WH Smith's, and see what sort of thing there is, because it needs to be a soft back, so it can like slide in there nice and easy. But yeah, that's my only thing that I need to kind of add to it. I'm also starting to kind of crave buying new stickers and washi tape. I have just been using what I've got. I used a pen pal during lockdown, so I do have some stuff, and I'm also just like a generally creative person, so like I have got a very small collection of stuff, but it's not really my taste at all. Because it's stuff that was from like bargain shops here in the UK, which tends to be quite like, I'll give some examples. Like this one has like, don't quit, don't quit. Like I'm a quitter through and through. I don't mind quitting. So yeah, I would like to get some, at least like a new roll of washi tape maybe, and some stickers, but I don't know where to get them from, because I don't really know what my taste is. I may also do a very quick flip through of what I've been doing here. I think the last time I spoke in here was on this page, possibly. I haven't worked in here loads. I've got a D&D character sheet in here. This is not, I've not journaled in here since I bought since the Hobonichi arrived. So I think it arrived like there. So I stuck in all my stuff that came with it. I'm going to fill this up once I get some more like ephemera. The ephemera that comes with Hobonichi is brilliant, and I feel like they know their audience. This spread is so cool. So I stuck that in, and then again I will fill up like the blank space as and when I collect some more stuff. And then I've just been using this for my MED readings. I've been doing a book about learning theories. Sorry, I've been reading a book about learning theories recently, which has been really interesting. It's very simplified, but it has a lot of resources in it as well, so like other books you can reference if there's a particular learning theory that you're interested in. So I've literally just been going through and like writing a summary of all of them because I find them all really interesting, and I didn't think I was interested in that sort of thing really, but I am. So yeah, this is all notes. This was last night, I think. It got quite messy, but like once a page starts out messy, so this one, which was the one that I was like, this is a messy page, I don't care how it looks. I think it was this one. Yeah, because I've crossed out effective like 3 times. Once I hit that point, I'm like, okay, I don't care how the rest of this page looks because I'm never gonna take a picture of it for Instagram, so it's fine, I don't care. So I always try to like start out with good intentions, but sometimes it doesn't lead that way. So this one is a lot neater. A little bit anyway. But again, it's not about how pretty it looks, it's about like putting in the information. And I definitely like a much better handwriting. If I handwrite, I comprehend information a lot easier than if I'm like typing up notes. So even though I probably won't be able to maintain this once the actual like seminars start, I'm still enjoying doing it like in this moment. And I've just been chipping away at it, so I'm on like 40 pages in at this point, and it's a big book. But it's really interesting, so I'm enjoying doing it. So that's all I've done in here since. Also, a bit of tragedy happened. My water bottle spilled in my bag over the weekend. I never noticed, like it was just slowly dripping out water. So there is some water damage, but it has only faded like a few little spots ink was blue. The black ink is completely held up, which is really good. So I was kind of upset about that, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that it's a little bit like damaged. I kind of like that it's a little bit damaged because like it shows that it's been through it, you know. So yeah, that is a flip through of my avec. I wanted to kind of do this briefly because this video will be long with all the other clips that I've taken over the past couple of weeks, and I kind of want to use it a little bit more before like I start doing some journal with me's. But next week maybe a journal with me with like these 2 books. I only take this one to work. I don't take this one to work because I have loads of notebooks that I use at work anyway, and they're like scribbly, they're a mess, because they're the ones I like taking to meetings and doodling. It's like you won't see those notebooks. So I only take this book to work as well. That's just like the last thing to add, I guess. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. Next week, not 100% sure what I'm gonna have planned. Maybe a journal with me where like I sit and I write in this one and then I do some stuff in this one. Maybe, we'll see. But either way, I hope you have enjoyed being introduced to the new love of my life. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!